Okay, so today we have a very good exercise. It's an advanced exercise which is intended to be a part of one of the tests that we have to take sometimes to valid internationally our English. In this case, is the TOEFL test, probably one of the most common ones. And the TOEFL test is actually very tough. It has a lot of questions, and the speaking part is um, very well structured. I mean, from the students. So, my intention today is that we are going to have a practice on the reading section. Okay, so I am going to read, hopefully, with you. I'm going to read a text, and then we are going to do a true and false kind of question. Now, I want you to understand that normally the TOEFL has a different structure. They have a multiple choice. But in this case, since we are trying to practice, what we're going to do is that we are going to have a true and false game with the reading. Okay. So today, the reading that we are going to do, it's called "The Arm of Liberty," which is actually talking about the arm of the Statue of Liberty. So let me put my glasses on and let's begin together. I hope you guys are reading with me. All right. Okay. So the Statue of Liberty is probably the most famous icon of the USA. It was built to celebrate the end of slavery and later became a symbol of freedom among immigrants. The statue depicts Libertas, the Roman goddess of liberty, and the torch she carries high above her outstretched arm represents a light that guides people along the path to freedom. Interestingly, however, liberty looks different from the way the designer first intended. The idea for the statue came from a poet, Edouard Lamboyer. I'm sorry, my French is not that good. When the American Civil War ended, he wanted to commemorate the end of the slave trade with a gift. He and other people who opposed slavery raised money and hired a sculptor, Frederick Auguste Bartholdi, to design the statue. Bartholdi later employed French engineer Gustave Eiffel to devise its structure. Eiffel, who would subsequently build the famous tower in Paris, was already a well known designer of railway bridges, so he knew how to build robust structures that are flexible and safe in strong winds. This feature was necessary today. I'm sorry. This feature was necessary because the winds in New York Harbor are extremely strong. Today, the top of her torch swings over 15 centimeters when the wind is blowing at 50 miles per hour. Eiffel designed the statue to be built around a massive skeleton similar to the Eiffel Tower. Huge pieces of copper were fixed onto this to form its shape. Until recently, two copies of the plans were believed to exist, but recently a third copy was discovered, which revealed some interesting information. In 2018, a map dealer bought some historic papers at an auction in Paris, which included original plans, calculations, and drawings of the statue. At first, the documents were too fragile to read, but after special treatment, the papers clearly showed that Eiffel's plans had been changed by Bartholdi with red ink. Liberty's arm, which was thick and vertical in Eiffel's drawing, was adjusted to be slimmer, less upright, and generally more attractive than Eiffel's design. The changes in the plans are dated July 28, 1882, after the construction of the tower had begun. We don't know what Eiffel thought of Bartholdi's changes. By then, Eiffel was working on other projects and only his assistants were working with Bartholdi in New York. Maybe Bartholdi thought he could make the changes because Eiffel was not there and would not complain. However, the changes made the arm not only more attractive but also weaker, which has created problems over the years. At first, visitors could climb a ladder to the torch in Liberty's arm, but in 1916 there was an explosion on a nearby island. It damaged the statue and made it unsafe, and the stairway to the torch has been closed ever since. During restoration work in the 1980s, engineers noticed that the structure inside Liberty's head, shoulders, and arm were different from how they were shown on Eiffel's plans. They thought that the builders had made mistakes, but some historians believe that Bartholdi had changed Eiffel's design. The newly discovered papers confirmed those theories. All right? Okay, so now we already read the whole paper. So the idea is that I'm going to ask you some questions and I want you to decide whether they are true or false according to what you just heard and read. If you want to go back to the beginning of this video so you can double check that, you can do it. It's something that is obviously allowed. But now I'm going to ask you some questions. I want you to write true or false in a piece of paper, and then I'm going to give you the answers. All right? So let's go. Question number 1. The Statue of Liberty was constructed to welcome immigrants to the US or to USA. Is that true or false? So I want you to write number 1, T for true, F for false. All right? You ready? Let's go. Question number 2. Edouard Rambouillet paid for the statue with his own money. Is that true or false? I want you to write number 2, true or false. All right? Okay, let's go. Number 3. Gustave Eiffel designed the Statue of Liberty before designing the Eiffel Tower. True or false? What do you think? What do you think? All right, do you have your answer? Okay, let's go to question number 4. Eiffel failed to consider strong winds when designing the Eiffel Tower. Is that true or false? Is that true or false? What do you think? Let's go to question number 5. 3 known copies of Eiffel's plans of the Statue of Liberty exist today. Is that true or false? What do you think? All right. Question number 6. Eiffel planned for Liberty to hold her torch more vertically than it is today. True or false? Okay, let's go to number 7. Number 7. Eiffel worked with Bartholdi on the construction of the Statue of Liberty. Did they work together? True or false? I want you to write number 7, true or false. I'm going to give you the answers just in a sec. The new arm design is not as strong as Eiffel's original design. Is that true or false? Let's see what you guys write on this one. Okay, let's go to number 9. Two more to go. People have not been allowed to climb the arm since 1916. Is that true or is that false? Make your choice. Remember, if you need to go back to the video, at the beginning of the video, of course, you're allowed to do it. And number 10, in the 1980s, engineers noticed that the arm did not match Eiffel's plans. Is that true or false? Okay, good. Let's check the answers. Let's see if you guys are correct or not. Okay, all right. Number 1, the Statue of Liberty was constructed to welcome immigrants to the USA. Is that true or false? The answer in this case is false. Of course, it is false. It was constructed to celebrate the end of slavery. Okay, all right. Edouard de Lavoisier, I don't know how to pronounce that, to be honest. I'm sorry. If anybody knows, please let me know how the pronunciation of this word is. Paid for the statue with his own money. Is that true or false? The answer is false. They all chipped in. They all chipped in to give this money to America. All right. It was not only him. Number 3, Gustav Eiffel designed the Statue of Liberty before designing the Eiffel Tower. Is that true or false? The answer is true. It's absolutely true. Number 4, Eiffel failed to consider strong winds when designing the Eiffel Tower. What is that, true or false? The answer of this is false. Of course, he was the one that suggested that the strong winds might be a problem. All right. Okay. Number 5, 3 known copies of Eiffel plans of the Statue of Liberty exist today. Is it true or false? The answer was true. There were 2, and then they found another one, so that becomes 3. All right, number 6, Eiffel planned for Liberty to hold her torch more vertically than it is today. Is that true or false? And the answer, my friend, is true. His original idea was more like this than this. All right. Number 7, Eiffel worked with Bartholdi on the construction of the Statue of Liberty. Of course, that is absolutely false. He was not there. Some of his workers were in New York, but he was not there. That's why they changed a little bit the original plans. Number 8, the new arm design is not as strong as Eiffel's original design. And of course, the answer is true. It's not very strong. That's why it has some problems. Number 9, people have not been allowed to climb the arm since 1916. That's true or that is false. And the answer is true. There was an explosion on an island very close, and that's why they are not. Nobody's welcome to go up to the arm. And number 10, in the 1980s, engineers noticed that the arm did not match Eiffel's plans. What a discovery that was, right? That is true. What a discovery that was. All right. Okay, guys. So I hope you got a lot of good answers. Please let me know in the comment section beneath this video. I want you to tell me how many good answers did you have and how many bad did you also have. This is a very good example of the type of readings and vocabulary you are going to get in exams like the TOEFL, like the TOEIC, like the APTIS. So the more you practice with this kind of readings, the more you be prepared for those tests. I hope you love this class, and I'll see you later, my friends. Thank you very much.